What's up, y'all? It's CJ Moto, and I'm back. I figured it'd be a nice little evening. I tried to go ride some woods, because, you know, I'm trying to ride some woods, because everyone says you gotta ride some woods to be a real Sur-Ron rider. Not everyone, but anyhow. I really do want to ride some woods, y'all, but I'm telling you what, in Louisiana, there's not a lot of woods to be ridden. So here's the clip of what's around my house. So there you have that. And then there's a little bit more woods through here along the river. But what I really need to do is I need to get myself a Class 1 trailer hitch that's rated up to like 200 pounds for my Hyundai Sonata. And then I need to get one of those sweet bike carriers. So whatever bike carrier you guys recommend, please leave that in the comments below, so I can go ahead and order myself a real good bike carrier for that trailer hitch. Because what I want to do is go for some rides. I want to go for some rides in Arkansas, like Hot Springs, Arkansas, and there's all kinds of nice stuff up in the woods up in there. But anyhow, I just thought I'd come at you today. Just a nighttime ride. We're just cruising along. This is a nice little example of the Fisher Fab House light if you guys are interested. I already did a review video, but while we're at it, that's standby mode. I don't even know if you can tell that it's on, but that's just like your daytime running light basically. It's real dim, but it's very convenient during the day. And then you click it twice real fast, 1, 2, and then you got your second mode, and then you have to click it 3 times real fast, 1, 2, 3. That's your third mode. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I'm sorry. Sometimes it's a little bit tricky. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's your all-time brightest mode there. And then if you do 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you get like an emergency flasher, which is pretty cool, I guess. I haven't ever used it, but then you hold it down, turns off. And then when I'm just cruising, I like to usually do 2 clicks. This is a nice amount of light. The 1, 2, 3, 4, sometimes that's almost too much. Like my eyes are just like, holy crap. But that's not a bad problem to have. But anyhow, I wanted to talk about just some stuff that comes to mind. So I'm riding the bike, I'm looking at it, and I want to talk about hop-ups, okay? Because as soon as everyone buys their Sur-Ron X, immediately they're questioning themselves, what should I buy so this bike's ready for me? So I'm going to run through a few different things as they come to mind, and then you guys can leave more comments in the description. Please let people know your experiences and what you think is worth it and what is not. So I'm just going to move from the front of the bike on backwards. So on the very front of my bike, I got my tire. And that is something I would recommend replacing. You got to decide whether, now if you're just riding off-road strictly, then ride the stock tire by all means. And if you want to do that on-road, you can too. But if you're being like competitive off-roading, get yourself like a Maxxis or a Michelin or something like that. It's a 19 by, I don't know, don't quote me, I forget the size off the top of my head, but size isn't what I'm talking about anyhow. I digress. Bunch of crotch rockets going by over there. But you do want to get yourself like a tire. I'm running the Shinko 244 and I love it. Even more importantly than that, you want to get yourself some heavy duty tubes, okay? So look at the forums, get yourself some heavy duty tubes. I got IRC, they're like 3 millimeters thick. I will say the tubes cost damn near as much as my tires cost, but you know that you're going to be good to go, and those tubes will probably last me for like a few sets of tires, or at least like 2 or 3 sets of tires. The stock tubes are pretty thin. You just don't want to have a flat. That would just be a bad day. Okay, now moving on from there, let's talk about wheels and rims. The wheels and rims are just fine on this thing. You want to tighten up your wheels, or tighten up your spokes. Look up videos on YouTube. Maybe I'll make one. I think I actually made one at one point. But you want to make sure you're tightening up your spokes. But the wheels and spokes are just fine. I've had no issues. My front wheel is just a tad bit out of true, like just barely. And you can take it to a bike shop or learn how to do it yourself, and you can get that to be back to true. So Some people think you have to get a 21-inch front tire and an 18-inch rear tire or front wheel and an 18-inch rear wheel and make it just like a dirt bike. It's just fine with the 19-inch wheels, folks. Just give them a chance. I think they're fine. Now, is it better if you really want to get optimal performance? Yes, if you're doing hardcore off-roading, the 21-inch front tire and maybe going to an 18 in the back or just a 21 and a 19 in the back, you will get a little more performance because the larger tire on the front can get you over obstacles better. Okay, so now we got a little bit of light. I can actually step off the bike. Ugh. So hopefully y'all can see the bike here. So now we got the, let's see, from there we got the brakes. The brakes are fine to me. I upgraded to the H031C or whatever they are. They're the Saint brake pads, and I would recommend doing the brake pads. So far we are talking about upgrading tires. We're talking about upgrading brake pads, okay? The list is not that much longer, don't worry. Handlebars, I would upgrade the handlebars to some Pro Taper, 810, high-rise, 3-inch high-rise bars. I would recommend 3-inch high-rise bars for basically anyone. This bike's not that large, okay? Get yourself some 3-inch high-rise bars, all right? That'll be a great upgrade. It just gets your arms up, okay? I'm running the Deity cavity stem. You don't have to upgrade your stem at all. That's just blinged out. It doesn't do a whole lot. Yes, it is stronger. Yes, it does have larger hardware that threads better, but the stock stem is just fine, okay? Fisher Fab House light. No, you don't have to get the Fisher Fab House light. The stock light, I rode it around at night plenty. You can't turn it off, so if you add a switch to the stock light, you'll be solid, okay? The chain, you don't have to do shit with the chain. Just run the chain you got it with. I did get a DID non-O-ring chain to make it a little bit less resistance from having the O-rings, but you do not have to do that, okay? So far we're talking, and grips, I would get grips too. So tires, brake pads, handlebars, grips, and foot pegs. I would definitely upgrade the foot pegs. The stock foot pegs are just little and tiny, and I would upgrade the foot pegs. It's a little bit tricky to figure out which ones. Get on the forum, go back in time, you'll see which ones I got. Skid plate, the only way you need to upgrade the skid plate is if you're doing like some hardcore off-roading. That clip I put on earlier was literally the first time I bashed this bike into a log, and yes, I did think to myself, damn, I'm kind of glad I have that skid plate. The stock one's pretty flimsy. If you're just riding on road or you're not doing hardcore off-roading, the stock skid plate is just fine. It is aluminum and it will hold up to some minor stuff. Graphics, obviously you don't have to get graphics. The seat's plenty comfortable in the new version. What else are we looking at here? I would get myself the alarm. I would go ahead and get the alarm. The alarm looks like this. You mount it underneath the bike, but it's this little key fob. It's on Amazon, and it's really cool. It locks, it arms, and this will just be a good deterrent, even if you have a bike lock. Someone plays with it once, it warns them, they hit it again, and they have to deal with this shit. That's definitely worth it for $20, and it's been really nice. It's held up well. Disarm it, you can change your tones. I like that one, but the alarm's always the same, but that's how you call the bike if you need to find it, if you lose it. And it has that nice little blue light on there, which is cool. But yeah, the shocks, do you have to upgrade the shocks? No, you do not have to upgrade the shocks. Yes, I got an $1,100 pair of Emerald shocks because I'm 32 years old. I make enough money to afford that. I think they're badass. They do perform better. Are they 50% better? No. Are they 20% better? I think they'd be 20 to 30% better off-road. On-road, they're probably 20% better. The stock DNM shocks are freaking sweet. Am I a fan of the RST Kilo forks? No, I think they look retarded. And I think that Fox shocks are not nearly as cool as these, but that's just my own opinion. I think these are really, really nice. This is basically a motocross front suspension. This is a dirt bike front suspension on this thing now. The Fox shock is not a dirt bike front suspension. It's not an upside down fork. People love it. People just do everything they can to give Fox $1,600 of their money for a right side up fork. I don't get it, but maybe they're just that amazing. What else? So yeah, guys, that's it really. If you have any questions about upgrades, you don't have to do a lot to this bike. You just want to get your arms raised up, okay? You want to get your arms raised up as high as you really can reasonably. I'm not a fan of high-rise stems. I would rather get my rise from the bars than from the stem, okay? You don't have to get the light. So tires, tubes, foot pegs, handlebars, and grips. And that really about sums it up. The stock DNM suspension did feel really good. I still stand by that, guys. I really did like that suspension. I don't even think I'm going to get rid of that fork. I'm going to keep that fork. I'm hoping that if I want to send this fork in to get serviced, if I don't feel like doing it myself, I can just slide that DNM fork tubes right in and I won't be having any downtime. Or maybe I'll take them apart and do a little review of the inside of them, since, you know, a lot of people are going to have those forks. Ah. But man, I really appreciate all the support from you guys. Somebody actually sent me a picture on Facebook today. I had to post it because it was just kind of it's pretty cool. He's a gentleman. He was in his living room. He just sent me a picture of him watching my channel in his living room on his big flat screen TV, and it's just like, people are taking the time to watch me on their freaking TV on the weekend. That's just really neat. That means a lot to me because I'm trying to give back to the community. I'm trying to help you guys learn what you need to learn. And yeah, I'm trying to dispel some myths, like you have to have 21-inch front tires. You have to get brand new freaking brakes. You do not, guys, you do not need to get new brakes. Upgrade the brake pads and you will be fine. Does the front brake squeak a little? Not today, folks. That was front brake. Does it stop? Does the bike stop? Watch this. We're going 24 miles an hour, okay? All right, watch this. Let's do it again. 20 miles an hour. I don't know, I probably just stopped in like 8 feet. Whee! So, it stops, guys. They do what they're supposed to do. If it's really hot out, and I live in Louisiana, if it's like 95 degrees out, the front brake will squeak, okay? It will squeak. Don't touch it, it'll be hot. Does it still work? Yes, it still works just fine. Bridge. You know what you do on bridges, right, folks? You wheelie across them, dog. Ba-bop. Ba-bop. Oh shit, a frog. Oh shit, a frog. Woo! It's a good thing those brakes, it's a good thing I got those $600 freaking upgraded brakes, guys, because I just about killed myself. Ugh. Anyhow, guys, don't hit any frogs. Don't believe everything you hear on the forums. Try it out for yourself. And if you look at something and you like it and it costs a lot of money and you freaking can afford it and you want it and you think the color's awesome, freaking buy it, dog. Buy it. You only live once. If you want to save the money up, don't buy it, okay? If you want to make YouTube videos, make them. Don't make them for other people. Don't make them because other people tell you to make them. All right? You'll get what's coming to you, hopefully. Or you won't, baby. But I hope this information helped you guys. Give me some feedback. Leave me some comments. I love y'all. Freaking love y'all, man. Look at that gold bracelet with those DVO. Woo! Dude, these forks. These freaking forks, man. Hang on a second, guys. Let's wait for this traffic. Let's wait for this traffic to die down, y'all. You gotta see this shit. Actually, we'll just do it right here. Look at those stinking forks, dog. Oh, I love them. I love them. Good job, DVO. Thanks for whatever reason, Eric Hicks, thanks for buying 15 sets of these or whatever. And if you're thinking about selling them, because you have some reason you bought them and you didn't install them on your bike, if you're thinking about selling them, don't do it. Keep them. Put them on your bike. All right? Promise. Just put them under the table for a little while. You'll be happy you listened to my advice and saved them. Because these are going to be doing nothing but going up in value. They are not being made anymore. That's just my take on it. They were $2,200 when they first came out in like 2015. They're sweet. CJ Moto out.